And welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to our weekly live stream. I'm excited to be back with you guys today. So in today's video, we are going to go over a brand new deck I've been working a lot on and having a lot of fun with. And I think it's one of the best anti-meta decks in the game right now. It does really well against Celebi and Mew, who are just rampant in the meta. And what it does really is it focuses on a Weezing and Scolipede combo. Scolipede is basically just a better muck. He does the exact same thing, 70 damage without poison, 50 more if the Pokemon is poisoned, but its retreat cost is lower, and it only takes 2 energy rather than 1 to use. 2 energy rather than 3, excuse me. So just like our normal live streams, I'm going to showcase this deck with you guys. We'll go through 5 battles, see if we can win 3 out of 5 to show that this is a valid deck. One of the things that I'm going to talk about as we go through is how it matches up against some of the key decks in the meta. And we're going to go into versus here, and we'll do it we'll go in the event match here. I haven't been playing much over the break, so it's going to be good to be back with you guys. I hope you guys all had a great holiday season. Let me know how it went for you guys, and do anything fun over the holidays, any fun trips, family traditions. But it was a busy holiday for me, but I'm excited to be back here, and we'll start out with this weekly live stream. We should be more consistent after this. And I think I'm going to switch the live stream time to Tuesdays at 8 p.m. rather than 6 p.m. I think that'll be a little bit of a better time. It'll allow more of you guys to be here and not be as intrusive with other things. So we preferably would start with coughing is the best way for this deck to go. But I'm okay with the Venipede start, and we do get the advantage here up against this Psychic deck, so that should be good. I'm assuming this is probably a Mewtwo Mew EX deck that they're starting with Ralts. Good to see you here, Ethan. How was your holidays? Hope it went well. I hope you'll be able to build the deck as well. Luckily, I think this deck, one of the things I love about it is it counters the meta really well, but it's also pretty cheap to build. I think you can get the cards for it pretty easily. None of them are too rare. Weezing and Coughing have been around for a while. And then Scolipede and Whirlipede, Venipede, they're all pretty common cards. And they're in Mythical Island, which most of you have probably opened quite a few of by now. So normally I would like to start with Coughing up here, but we'll wait for now. We can get off the double damage here with the weakness. So that'll be good. We'll put some damage on his Ralts. If we can get rid of that, that'll put him behind on setting up a Gardevoir, which would be good for us. You pulled your first Crown card. Congratulations. Mew is one of the few Crown rare cards I have, so that's pretty awesome. Did you really finish the entire Mythical Island Pokedex? That's impressive. I have not done that yet. So congrats to you, Ethan. That's pretty awesome. Oh, that's a bummer. He did just make us, I think he just red carded us. I actually wasn't even looking, but I'm assuming that's what he did because we had to reshuffle our deck. Now we do draw Weezing here, and so that actually maybe turned out for our good because this is going to give us the exact setup that we're wanting. So we'll X speed into Weezing, keeping the energy on Venipede. And we will go into Ralts here. This should KO Ralts. We'll poison him. And then we'll do 50 damage with Tackle, and he should be down for the count. And this is honestly a pretty ideal setup. This deck does do really, really well against Mewtwo, which is nice because everyone and their mom uses Mewtwo. So it has the advantage with the type advantage. But then also Mewtwo and Mew can't evolve, so once you poison them, the only way they're getting healed is if they switch out. So it's really annoying for them to get poisoned, and then you can do big damage. So as you can see there, he didn't get a very good start either in his defense, but he concedes and we get the W there, and that's already 1 out of the 5 we're going for. So we're 1 for 1 right now. As you can see, I'm pretty behind on the emblem. Haven't been doing as much with that as I should, but we're going to get back into it here now that holiday season is over. So go for our second one here. Let's see if we can get 2 in a row. I'd like to have a Celebi matchup to show how it faces off against Celebi. The nice thing is, I believe Celebi has 130 HP, and so once you get it poisoned, and then if you switch it and hit it with Scolipede for 120 damage, this deck can one-hit KO Celebi. And it is a grass deck, so my guess is they're probably going for a Celebi deck right here. Yep, there's Snivy. I mean, it could be another one. There are some other combinations with Superior, but Celebi is the most common, so that's what I'm going to assume it is. Hopefully we can get a Weezing right here, and unfortunately we don't. So Yeah, if we don't get a Weezing, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. But it's still early games yet. They don't have any other Pokemon on their bench. So we'll see how it goes. Let me know. The meta has been changing a lot, and it's going to change even more when a new set drops at the end of the month. But let me know what your guys' favorite decks are that you've been playing with. Anything new and exciting you've been using with Mythical Island, or interesting combinations you've come up with. So we're going to use Division here. It'll pull out another Coughing just to fill up our bench, get cards out of there, and hopefully we can start drawing the things we need. So Weezing would be ideal, but a Venipede I would be okay with too. So we'll see what happens. Looks like he's struggling to get Pokemon as well, though, which is nice. He's got 2 Snivies, but he doesn't have anything else out yet on his bench. He just went through a lot of cards, so I think he would have found something by now. And there's Celebi. Yep. So that's what I assumed. We're going up against a Celebi deck. He's going to probably just start putting energy on that thing and get it ready to destroy us. So the Celebi deck is pretty powerful. It is a nuisance to battle. It can do a ton of damage really fast, capable of doing more damage than like any other deck in the game. So it is not the most fun to battle, but I'm trying to decide what's more useful here. We could try and get him to switch into Celebi, but I honestly kind of want to take out this Servine if possible, because it'll prevent him from getting Superior set up. But unfortunately, my guess is that we won't kill him if we hit him here, and he'll probably just switch out anyways. So I'm not sure if this is the best move. It's a little bit of a risk, but we're going to go for it. The nice thing is we have a little bit of cushion since we don't have any EX cards in our deck. That's one of the other things I really like about this deck. If we lose a Pokemon, it's not the end of the world. We got a little bit of backing, and it's a pretty low energy cost deck as well, which is nice. So he's going to switch out here or evolve. Okay, this is interesting. My guess is he would switch, but he might not. If he doesn't, I'm okay with it because we'll be able to take him out. But yeah, there he goes. Switches into Celebi, and he'll be able to do some damage here, but well, I guess this could be bad, actually. If he gets 2 heads, we're donezo. So we may have played this wrong, but let's see if luck is on our side. I probably should have had him switch, but I think he would have just switched into his other Snivy. Oh, and there we go. Luck is on our side. We could have been in a lot of trouble there, but we do live. And so what we'll do here, hopefully we can pull a Venipede, and we'll actually be in a pretty good position. So let's see. We don't, but we do get the extra Coughing, which is huge because we do have Koga. So what we'll do here, there's Venipede, and we can put energy on this guy, start getting him ready. Then what we'll do is we'll do Gas Leak, poison his Celebi. Oh, and I already used Professor Oak. Shoot. That was dumb. I was going to Koga out, but I was dumb. So I could use a potion here. I think I'll wait for now. We'll just hit him with a tackle. That was a misplay. I should have just used Koga. That would have saved us an extra turn. But because now he's going to get enough energy on Celebi that he'll probably one-shot anything unless we get really lucky again with his tails. But he'll get 6 turns here, and so the chances of him not hitting us are pretty crazy. He's going to go for the Erica there. All we need, though, is to set up Scolipede, and we can knock out Celebi in 1 hit. So we'll see here. I could have potioned. I decided to save it because I thought he would get more than 1 head statistically, and so he does get 3 there. So that does take out our Weezing, unfortunately, but we did kind of expect that. This is going to come down to a little bit of an endgame thing here. The problem is going to be if he has Eric, if he has Sabrina, because we don't want him to switch into Scolipede or we lose. If we get Sabrina here, we will lose, but I don't know that there's much of another option. We could, because we can't evolve into Scolipede yet. And I would want a Koga to save our Weezing, but unfortunately, that's not really much of an option. So we're just going to have to tackle. Hopefully we get lucky. He hasn't really set up any of his other Pokemon yet, so we do still have a pretty good chance of winning this battle. It'll just depend if he has Sabrina. We will probably lose for sure. Otherwise, it's going to come down a little bit to the wire. He shouldn't, and he does have another Celebi. Was something I didn't mention actually. If he switches, which I'm imagining he might do, we could be in trouble. I think he's going to Giovanni and switch. And so, oh, no, he doesn't. Okay, so not sure why he Giovanni'd there. That wasn't entirely necessary, but with the other Celebi, we could be in trouble. Let's hope luck is on our side again, but he would have to get 5 tails, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, so there the odds are fair. He got 3 out of 6. So we may lose this one. We still have a chance, but it's not the biggest chance. So we'll go in with Whirlipede here, and we'll be able to take out one Celebi, but I don't know if we'll be able to take out another. I think that was probably because of my misplay. If I would have played that a little bit more carefully, I think we could have had it. But we're just going to have to go for Venoshock here. We'll take out this Celebi. And then there is always the chance we get really lucky with the coin flips, but I'm not overly optimistic, but we'll see. We can always get lucky. And if we had our coughing or wheezing left, we could have had it. I would have switched out with X speed and we could have done it with Koga. But without that, there's not much of a choice, and he is going to Sabrina us. So that's probably going to be an L right here. We'll see, unless he gets 3 tails, which is possible, but not the most likely. 1, and it happens. All right, so we win. Not win, but we survive. So that's pretty big. We'll see if we can switch out right here. We do have an X speed. Oh, I almost messed up there. That could have been bad. We'll X speed him back, and we'll retreat into Scolipede. We'll evolve. We'll put a potion on him so he can live at least 1 heads, and then we'll go for this. If you're looking for item and supporter cards, once it's posted, you can come back and see it, but for now, if off the top of my head, we have 2 Koga, 2 Sabrina, we have an X speed. I think I have a Leaf in here. Actually, I don't think I do. I think it's just 2 X speed. I think there's 2 potions maybe. Pokeball, Professor Oak. I could be a little bit off on the numbers there. I'd have to check. He does Sabrina us again, though, so I think we're probably going to lose that, but we'll see. He'd have to get 5 tails now, which is pretty unlikely. So we'll see. We probably lost this one, but it was, as you can see, it still contends pretty well with Celebi. And yeah, there it goes. And I think if I didn't misplay this, we probably could have had the win. So now we're 1 for 2. We got a 50%. We'll go for 3 more and see if we can get the 3 out of 5. I do like playing with this deck, though. I think it's a lot of fun when you play it right. Koga is just a very interesting card to play. It allows you to do some fun things. And we didn't play it right this time, unfortunately. Hopefully we get another Celebi matchup and we can highlight how it does. Because really the way this deck shines is when you can use Weezing to poison a Celebi, switch out into Scolipede using Koga, and then you can one-hit KO it. But I didn't set up very well for that this time. But that's all right. We'll go into this next one here. Let's see who Pokey-Matty is bringing in. And it looks like it's going to be a Psychic deck, probably another Mewtwo. On the bright side, that is a great thing about this deck, is it does very well against Mewtwo. And that's kind of the perfect start, actually. Are we going first, or is he going first? So he's going first. I would have preferred to go first, actually. If we go first, we take care of him pretty easily. But without going first, we should still be fine. We've got a pretty good start here. We do have Weezing in our hand, so if we don't get red carded. These mythical slabs are pretty annoying. It allows them to get most of their Pokemon out pretty quickly. But it looks like he must have gotten evolutions because he didn't throw any down. So we'll have to remember that. My guess is then he probably has Kirlia or Gardevoir already in his hand. And so we'll just have to be aware of that going forward. We won't be able to evolve Weezing yet. Coughing yet, but we'll hit him with that. With the bonus damage, it still does quite a lot. That's the one nice thing about how destructive this deck is against Mew and Mewtwo. Between the bonus and then the other strategies, it really is hard to beat. So we'll go into it here. And I think this is going to be one that we should win without too much of an issue. I don't want to jinx us, but this is like the best matchup. And he's going to Sabrina us, which is a little bit of a waste of a Sabrina on his part. I probably wouldn't have done that if I were him. We do have 2 Weezings anyways. But we don't have any other basic Pokemon. I guess he could have messed up my energy if that's what he was going for. But now we just have 2 Weezings who are set up and ready to go. We'll Gas Leak and get the poison on Mewtwo here. And then we'll hit him with Tackle, which should do 50 damage, plus the poison. And so unless he heals or switches out, we should be able to take out this Mewtwo next turn. And he doesn't really have anything else set up. My guess is he's going to be evolving that Ralts this turn. I think he probably has all or most of its evolutions from the 2 mythical slabs. And he will go for the potion there. Unless he has another one, though, I don't think it's enough. Yeah, he's going to do Giovanni. So he'll do a good amount of damage, but not enough to really make it much of an issue. And we do have Koga, so we'll probably just Koga out. And I think we should have this. So we get Venipede, which is good as well. We can start setting him up. And he's already Gas Leaked, so we'll use Koga. Send out our fresh Weezing for now. And then he's already Gas Leaked, so we'll use Tackle. And then Poison should knock him out this turn before he gets the chance to attack. And at this point, there's not much he can really do. So I think this one's in the bag. And yeah, they go and concede. So like I said, this really demolishes Mew and Mewtwo. So if you're tired of facing Mew and Mewtwo decks, this is definitely the deck to use. It also does better against Celebi than anything besides probably a Blaine deck or a Charizard deck. Those do pretty well with the added type advantage. But this deck does really well against it if you do it right. And I misplayed last time, but we'll go into this here. Hopefully we come up with another Celebi deck. You can tell the meta needs a refresh, so things will probably change when the new set comes out, because most decks you run into, you have like a 90% chance of playing against Mewtwo or Celebi, which I don't blame. I actually really enjoy playing with the new Celebi deck. It is overused, but it's very fun. And it looks like we're having some lag here with our opponent. They're not showing up, so it's taking a minute to load. So we'll see if a battle's coming up. As it's coming up, let me know if you guys have any good New Year's resolutions, anything you're trying to do for the new year. That would be something fun to talk about. I think I have several, but around YouTube, I'm hoping to get better at my thumbnails. I think is an area that can be improved. And so I'm not sure what's going on here. And I don't think I'm at a point where I can even exit out here. So this is a little bit awkward. We'll see if something shows up. My connection is fine, so I'm assuming it's on the other end. Yeah, it says my opponent did not return within the allowed time. That's something I would... Oh, but we get the dub. So I don't know if I'll count that in our record here. We're 2 out of 5 right now. That would technically make us... well, we're 2 out of 3 right now. That would technically make us 3 out of 4, but we didn't actually battle, so we'll go for another one here. But that's one thing I wish this game did better. Sometimes I think it gives a little bit too long of a grace period when the connection isn't good, and so sometimes you just have to sit here for forever before you can actually get into the battle. But there we go. This one is immediate, and so Celebi would be fun to play against if it didn't exist. Yeah, the Celebi card is pretty overpowered. I love playing with it. You win a lot when you use it, but I do like the variety too. So it's fun to use different ones. Looks like we are having some variety here. We've got Zapdos EX. This is one of the coolest cards, I think, actually. I like Zapdos a lot. We'll see, this is probably a Pikachu Zapdos EX combo, but it could also be the Raichu variant or something else with Zapdos, so we'll have to see what he pulls out. That'll be one of the cool things about the new set coming out in January too, is I think it's going to add a lot more cards is what it seems like, and so that'll make things a little bit less predictable. Nowadays, I feel like whenever someone throws out a card, just by the type, I can tell what deck they're probably doing. The only one that has a little variation is maybe like Fighting and Water, but the rest of these are pretty predictable. And so we've got here Pikachu EX deck. This is one that this deck does well against, but not as well as some of the other ones, so we should still do pretty good. Pikachu EX is just fast, and so it's better dealt with by tanking decks, and ours isn't super tanky, but we can actually do a fair amount with Weezing, and Koga here still does pretty well. And the nice thing actually about our deck against Pikachu and Zapdos here is that they can't evolve, and he's already evolved his Zebstrika, so if I poison any of them, they're kind of in trouble. He's probably going to switch to Pikachu here, Instead, he goes for Zebstrika, which is actually an interesting play. That's probably not what I would have done. He's just going to go for damage on our bench here, it looks like, which is a little bit annoying, but not the biggest deal. We can evolve Scolipede here. That should have enough health now to live a Thunder Spear. And I'm tempted to Sabrina him, but I realize I just used Professor Oak, so can't do that. So we'll go for a Gas Leak, and I mean, this should still do a lot of damage. It won't do as much as it does with the Mewtwo decks without the super effective bonus, but we'll get off 30 damage here, plus 10 with the poison, and so he'll have to switch out or he'll lose his Zebstrika, which isn't the end of the world for him, but it'll give him time to set up Pikachu. And he will heal, which is a little bit annoying. And I might Sabrina him next turn just to get poison off on Pikachu. But he might switch into Zapdos, I guess, so we'll see. We'll have to potion on Weezing here so we don't lose him. And decide what the best play is here. So we'll put potion on Weezing. And Scolipede or Whirlipede will add an energy and evolve. And then I think we'll go for Sabrina. I could take out Zebstrika, but it's not as big of a threat. This will heal it from poison, which is a little annoying. And that was my worry. He is going to go into Zapdos here. And so he'll probably just switch out next turn. Or maybe he won't. I don't know. He could, because he could just put energy on Pikachu and use an X-Speed is probably my guess. But we should live one hit by Pikachu unless he's got Giovanni. Even if he does, Pikachu, the most damage he can do here is 90, which isn't a ton. But he does put the energy on Zapdos, and he switches back to Zebstrika, which is a little bit interesting. I guess he's just using that as a play here to lower the energy on my bench. Not the energy, the health of my bench, which is kind of annoying, but not the biggest problem. So I would have preferred to get to Pikachu by now. I guess we're kind of in a stall here. But after this turn, his Zebstrika will be knocked out. So, after his next turn, it'll go through. So, we'll see. My guess is he'll probably do Thunder Spear on Weezing here. That way Pikachu can one-shot each of us, but we'll see. Unless he's got Giovanni here, then he's probably going to try and take Weezing out. Which, yeah. So that's his best play, and that makes actually a pretty big problem for us. We might lose this one. Because that takes Weezing out. Scolipede here, which will do off. Scolipede does do a lot of damage, but unless we get a potion, he will get one shot by Pikachu, and we don't have anything on the bench. But we do just get a coughing, so we'll start setting him up. And if we get another Weezing, we might have a chance. But we'll hit him with Venoshock. And we don't get a potion, so we are going to lose Scolipede here. So unless we draw a Weezing next turn, we're probably going to lose, I think. I don't know that there's any other way we win. So let's hope. We got 5 cards left. That's actually a pretty good chance. We haven't gotten any Koga yet, so we could get a Koga. I don't think we've gotten all of our Pokeballs either. So there's some other cards we could draw, which wouldn't be as useful. But if we get Weezing here and we don't, we do get Venipede, which is unfortunate. Don't know that there's anything we can do here. I think we'll go for the Concede. So that was unfortunate. We are pretty evenly matched with Pikachu EX. That guy played it pretty well. And so we're 2 for 2 right now. Technically, if we counted that fake win we got, we're 3 for 5. But we'll go for one more here. This is the deciding one. Hopefully we go against a Celebi and we can take it out. We have proven that this deck destroys Mew and Mewtwo. I'd like to show you how I can take out Celebi as well. But feel free to try it out yourself and you'll see how it does. But we'll see what we get in our last battle here. And it's coming out. We're going first, which is nice if we have a Weezing. We don't have Weezing. It looks like this is another Psychic deck. So we may get another Mewtwo show off here. But we'll see how it goes. And as a reward for those who stay here to the end of the stream, I'm going to start something new in this stream and the other ones. I've talked about how if we reach 10 members, channel members, I'll do an entire stream where I just do battles with all of you. But as a reward for those of you who are coming here every week, I'll do one stream with one battle with one of you at the end of this stream. So I'll do this last battle here, and then we'll do one more with one of you. I'll just put in a code here. I won't pick who it is. I don't know if there's any way I can really moderate that. And so I'll just put in the code for the private battle, and whoever's on here can put it in as well. And that'll be kind of an incentive to be here and stick around, and we'll have some fun together. So I'm trying to look for ways to interact more with you guys through streams, and so I'm working on it. It's very new to me, so I appreciate those of you who are here and your patience with me. But I'm excited to start working on this, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. So we will... Ooh, let's wait, actually. So we'll do that at the end of today, but I think we're going to... Yeah, we're going to X speed and go into Wheezing, I think is actually the better play here. And we'll still evolve into Whirlipede in the background here, but Wheezing will do a lot of damage to Ralts. Should one-hit KO it, I'll put him into Mewtwo without much of a backup. So we'll hit him with Tackle, and then Poison will take him out. And then at this point, he's kind of donezo, and we should be good to go. So I'm a little bit bummed we didn't get it. We only had that one Celebi deck, but this deck really does well against Celebi. So I can try and post maybe another one there. This guy does concede, though, so that's 3 out of 5. So as you can see, even though we didn't get enough Celebi, this deck is very meta relevant. It will destroy any Celebi, any Mewtwo deck 90% of the time, and does very well against Celebi as well. So you could put everyone on a wheel and battle whoever it picks. The wheel would be fun. The reason I say I don't know how to moderate that is, I'll show you right now, is we do a private match. The only way for this to happen is for us to enter a password here. And let me see if it lets me type. So I'll have the password be Pocket Craft. So if you want to battle me, go in here to private match, put in Pocket Craft. And I guess the longest you can do is Pocket Craft. So do Pocket Craft without the T. And you guys will know which one I'm using, but put in this password, put in battle, and you should match up with me if you put it in. So the reason I don't know that I can do the wheel is because I have to show you guys this password, right? And so I can't really moderate and do a wheel to show the password because I would show it to everyone, and I don't have any way to individually message any of you. So if you want to join in the battle, I know it's something you've been looking forward to for a while, Ethan, and whoever else is on here as well. It will be, I think it's just whoever puts it in first. So whoever's speedy, you can get a chance to battle me. It looks like we found an opponent. Gambler Attic. Is this you, Ethan? I know you talked about that a lot in the comments. And we'll see if it is. I'm loving the card background you have here. I need to do more of that. And let's see is this going to be a mirror match if you're using the same deck? If so, that'll be pretty fun. I think it looks like from your comments it's you, Ethan, so I'm glad we get the chance to do it. All right, well, Ethan, you're going to see all of my plays before I make them and my hand. So you got a little bit of an advantage here, but it'll be fun. And it looks like you got the same deck as me. So this will be a fun mirror match. We'll see how it goes. This will be something fun that I'm going to do every week on the live stream. So if you want a chance to interact with me more, this is a great way to do it. And like I said, when we hit 10 members, I'll do a special one for everyone. But that may take a little while, but our main goal too as well is we're really trying to hit 10K subscribers is something I want to do soon. So if any of you guys are not subscribed who's watching this, feel free to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you as part of the team. We'd love to have you here each week, and we can play some Pokemon TCG Pocket together. And so I'm going to go for division here. Anything you can do when you're playing this game, a quick tip to get more cards out of your deck is usually better because it allows you to get to the better cards quickly. So division is really nice. When I made this deck, I only had one of these Coughings. I now have 2. So it might be better to put 2 division Coughings here. Sometimes I like to have a little bit of both for the extra damage though. So Ethan is going into Whirlipede, and so he's going to hit us with the Poison Sting, which will poison us, which kind of stinks. So we need to get a Wheezing here, or he's going to take us out, and we get an X speed. So I could X speed, and I think I'm going to wait, actually. Actually, I'll do it. Yeah, I'm going to X speed because if he evolves into Scolipede, if he evolves into Scolipede, we're done either way. But we'll retreat into this Coughing, which maybe wasn't our best bet in retrospect because we should probably be trying to set up our Venipede and Whirlipede line before Ethan takes us out. I think either coughing is fine, Ethan. I wouldn't worry too much. The deck is mainly based around our, wheezing and then Scolipede. And so whichever coughing you use isn't a huge deal. And so there I called it. I think Ethan might beat me this round, guys. That is a pretty good setup. I don't know that I'm going to be able to get ahead of him here. So we'll see what I pull if I get real lucky here. And I do not. So we don't have a wheezing, which puts us pretty far behind. We just have Venipede here. So I would normally probably even concede at this point, but we got to finish it with Ethan. And so shout out to Ethan, everyone. I think he's about to beat us here. And this will be a fun thing to do. You guys will have a chance to play against me each week, like I said. And like I said, we're going to be doing it probably 8 o'clock every Tuesday from now on. I was thinking about it and realized some of you might be eating dinner at this time. And then sometimes it interferes with, me eating dinner and things like that. So I think it'll be better to do this a little bit later. We'll go into our last guy here. Don't know that there's a way we can get ahead of Ethan here. Maybe if I get 2 Professor Oaks. Nope, so that doesn't work. Yeah, so either way, we do lose. I'll let Ethan have the honors of getting the 3 points, though, rather than conceding. But congrats on the dub, Ethan. Good work. It's fun to do it. I know you've been trying to randomly get it, so I'm glad you were able to get it in here now. Yeah, it is crazy you haven't pulled a single basic yet. We both had some interesting pulls here, but you definitely got the better end of the deal. And so congrats to Ethan. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Next time, if it picks you again, Ethan, I'm coming for you, and we'll see. But good game. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your week. Make sure to check out the videos that'll be coming out this week.